Okay, I just want to look at like half a parabola that is on its side. Okay, so we're going to start just by looking at the y squared parabola. So x equals y squared. So instead of going the normal way, like this one, which is y equals x squared, this one, x equals y squared, it flips around and it goes on the x-axis, and the x-axis is like the axis of symmetry instead of the y-axis. So if you look at this one here, for example, this one here is x equals y squared. Now, if you get the y and you square root the other side, you get plus or minus x. So you get y equals root x and y equals minus root x. Now, one half of this branch here, and there, that's y equals root x. And the other half of the branch, which is this one, that's y equals minus root x. Okay, so if you then want to sketch just y equals root x, it actually comes from the x equals y squared parabola, but it's just the positive half of that branch. And if you have y equals minus root x, it comes from the negative half of that branch of the parabola. So it goes down like that. So if you're then looking at the domain and range of these, the domain would be any value of x. Now, you can't have negatives, but you can have 0 and you can have positive x. So it's all of the x values from 0 up to infinity. Okay, and the range would be all of the y values from 0 to infinity for the range. Okay, so this one here, the domain would be the x values from 0 to infinity, from 0 to infinity, and the range would be the y values. Okay, so that's actually from 0 to negative infinity. So it's going to be negative infinity up to 0, and it can equal 0. So the only other thing I just want to look at with this is just like if you did a horizontal shift on these. So look, you were looking at, say, y equals root x plus 1, or y equals root x minus 2. Then because these numbers are inside the function, this one here would be a horizontal shift. And because it's inside, you go the opposite sign, so it'll be to the left 1. So it'll go to minus 1. So if you go to minus 1, that's that one there, and it's going to look like that. If you put in x equals 0, y will be root 0 plus 1, which is 1, so y will be 1. The domain would be all of the x values starting from minus 1 and going up, so it'd be minus 1 to infinity. And the range will be all of the y values starting from 0 to infinity and going up. Okay, so if we look at the next one here, if we wanted to sketch that, that's going to be a shift to the right 2. It's the opposite sign because it's inside the function. So it's going to look like that. The domain and the range. So the domain would be from 2 to infinity, and the range would be, like say, coming from here, so it's 0. It'll be 0 to infinity because you start getting values at y equals 0 to, and this curve keeps going on. That's why you keep getting infinite number of them.